Hey everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. I want to get on here today, or tonight rather, and tell you about a dream that the Lord gave me this morning. And I don't know if some of you have listened to my videos, but the Lord speaks to me in dreams. Um, um, he's given me the gift of prophetic dreams, and that's the way he speaks to me in general, to me personally, and to other people and stuff like that. So when the Lord is really, really, really trying to show me something, like, I will get extremely exhausted. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. I'll get really, really, really exhausted to the point where I have to go to sleep. Like, I don't have a choice. Like, I can't keep my eyes open. Like, I'm literally exhausted. So this morning, I got up at probably about 5 o'clock this morning, getting my kids ready for school. One leaves at 6:30, the other leaves at 7. And I keep my niece, so she was here, and she stayed up from about 5:30 to about 7:30, and I clocked in for work because I work from home. So when I did that, I was working probably maybe an hour, and it wasn't like I didn't get sleep last night. I did, but all of a sudden I just got really, really, really exhausted, and I could not keep my eyes open. And this is at like 8:30 in the morning. I didn't have any coffee, so I didn't drink coffee, but I just could not stay awake. Like, I was literally falling asleep at my desk. So I told my coworker online, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a 30-minute break, and I'll be back on. So I clocked out, sat in my chair, and literally fell asleep I set my alarm for 45 minutes later. So I fell asleep, and when I fell asleep, I had my dream. So in this dream, and I'm reading on my computer screen. So in this dream, I'm sorry for the lighting, it's dark here. I'm not trying to get it any brighter. But, okay, so in the dream, I had my niece, she was with me, and she had fell asleep. She was asleep on the couch too at the time I had this dream. She was sleeping on the couch. So she was sleeping, I had to make a run, and I felt like it was okay to make a run because she was asleep on the couch. Even though she's a baby, I just felt like it was okay to leave her asleep on the couch. I wasn't going to be gone that long. So as she was sleeping, and so I went out, and I seen my pastor at the church I used to go to. And he was on the sidewalk, and he was street preaching. So when he seen me, he kind of turned his face away like this, like trying to ignore me, like in a joking way, like he normally would do. But that's how he acts in real life, in a joking way. So when I seen him, I was saying hello. I was gonna just pass by and to say hello, but when he did that, I said, "Okay, so since you did that, I'm coming back." So I went back. I went up to him, and he was asking people on the street. He was saying, what are you struggling with? And then he had a team of people with him, and they were praying for people, like when they were telling him what they were struggling with, right? So he asked me, he said, what are you struggling with? And this is the part I'm going to leave out. I don't want to go into specifics about what I told him, okay? Because this dream is very, very, very personal. I wasn't even going to release it, but I feel like this will help somebody. So I told him, I said, like, what am I struggling with? Like, just anything in general? Like, what do you mean? He said, just tell me anything you're struggling with. So I told him something that, I was struggling with or whatever. And then I went into detail with one of his team members, and he said, okay. And he said, he grabbed my hand and he laid my head on his chest. And there was another guy with him, and he started praying for me. And the other guy started praying for me too. And so when he was praying, like, I could feel the presence of God with me when he was praying for me. So after he was done, I told him, I said, I felt that, I felt that. I said, so thank you. So I left to go back home because remember I had the baby at the house asleep, right? And I wasn't going to be gone that long. So when I was leaving, I got lost trying to get back home. And so I backtracked because when I seen him, like, he was literally like a block from my house. But when I was trying to go back home, apparently he wasn't. It was a whole different neighborhood. He was in a whole different part of the town, the city, or whatever. So I had to backtrack to kind of remember to find my way back home. And when I got home, I didn't even make it home yet. On my way home, I stopped at my neighbor's house. And when I stopped at the neighbor's house, it was actually the girl that's on YouTube. Her name is CEO Drive Her. It was her. So we were sitting there talking. She was outside, and we were just having a conversation, right? And it was kids playing outside. And I noticed that the kids were dirty. It was talking about how dirty the kids were. And then I noticed there was like a pool, but it was like a dirty pool. Like the water was nasty, like it hadn't been taken care of at all. And I seen two people, a man and a woman, jump into the pool and start swimming in it. And I was like, that's gross because the water was nasty. I mean, it was like a grayish color, like nobody had cleaned this thing in decades or whatever. So so I got up and I left and I went home and cause I remember I had to hurry up and get home, so I rushed and got up and I said, I gotta go, I gotta go home. So I got home and I seen my daughter as a baby, like as a toddler, like playing with a baby on the ground. Cause I was like, I didn't see the baby. I didn't see my niece on the couch asleep anymore. So I'm like, where's my niece? Where's the baby at? Where's my niece? And my daughter was playing with the baby. But it wasn't her that she was playing with. She was playing with some other child. So I looked on the couch. There was a cover over a baby on the couch. So I pulled the cover back, and this baby was like a little boy, and it was like a tiny, like a miniature baby, right? So I picked it up, and I'm like freaking out and crying now because this is not my niece. Like, where is my niece? So I picked the baby up like this and holding it in my hands, just like with two hands like this, And when I picked it up, it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's growing in my hands, right? So when it was growing, it finally stopped growing in about, I don't know, 5 months or something like that. So I was like, I walked in the kitchen and I seen my sister in the kitchen, and I'm like, where's the baby? Where's the baby at? And she was crying and she was like, did Genesis tell you about that bottle of clear liquid in upstairs or whatever? And I'm like, no, I'm like, and so, well, I think she gave it to the baby or whatever. And so I checked on the baby, and the baby was fine. I actually checked on the baby. The baby I was looking for was in the kitchen in a tub of water, like she was getting a bath or whatever. And I checked on her, and I said, she's fine. The baby's fine. I said, that clear liquid, that's nothing, So after that, I said, I grabbed the baby, and I looked at her, and she was fine. And then I said, whose baby is this? Like the baby I was holding, the little boy that I was holding that grew in my hands. And she said, that's Joe's son. And my dream ended. Now, when she said Joe, like in my dream, I knew this was somebody that I grew up with, right? That we both knew. But that was the end of my dream. So I told y'all, the Lord speaks to me in dreams. And when he wants to tell me something specific and something significant, then he will put me down. like he'll put me down to sleep while I have no choice but to sleep, right? So in this dream, there were three things that kind of stuck out to me. And those three things were, number one was my pastor. And so in the dream, this was my like he's my pastor in real life. Where I used to go to church. I still consider him my pastor, right? So in this dream that he was praying for me, and in that dream, that signified that either somebody is interceding for me, like somebody is praying for me in real life, or it could mean that Jesus himself showed up in my dream through my pastor. And I choose to believe the latter because I've been praying to God for something specific for a while now, like something that I'm dealing with for a while now, and I've been praying to him a lot about this specific thing, right? So I believe that the Lord spoke to me through the vision of my pastor. We can't see Jesus' face in real life, right? So I believe that Jesus spoke to me himself. He prayed for me himself in my dream. And he gave me my answer that I was looking for. He took something away from me that I was looking for him to remove, right? So that was the first thing that stuck out. Then the second thing that stuck out to me was the children in the dirty water, right? The dirty children and the dirty water. So those represent, I have to look it up here, dirty children. That's not specifically dirty children, right? So dirty children in a dream represented, what was it at? Get to it again. That's what it always messes up. Dirty children in the dream was, oh, okay, so dirty children in the dream. Now that was, had a lot of different interpretations, but it really kind of applies maybe to you, like something like your inner child, like something like when you have a need, to be cared for, to be nurtured, in certain aspects of yourself maybe that need attention or something like that. And then the dirty water itself meant like a spiritual cleansing of sorts. But however, it was like an emotional cleansing. However, I wasn't in the water, but there were people around me that got in the water. So in the dream, I took that to mean, because emotional cleansing means like symbolize the need for emotional cleansing. It could indicate toxic emotions, unresolved issues, or harmful influences in your life, right? So I wasn't in the water, but there were people around me that were in the water. So I took that to mean that in my surroundings, okay, there are toxic people, harmful influences with those people in my particular life, right? That's what I took from that. And then also there was the baby, right? The baby that I could not find, or actually the baby really that I picked up and held in my hands. That was the third thing that stuck out to me. And the fact that it was a baby boy, it actually was a positive thing. It represented new beginnings, personal growth, and it's funny because I've been on this this transformational growth thing lately, right? It's transforming in this whole season, this whole year. Really, my word has been refined, right? Like this is the year that I'm going to be refined, right? So the baby meant, especially the fact that it was growing, right? There were new beginnings, personal growth, and it's a great thing. That was a good thing, right? And it says significant change that's emerging in your life or in my life in particular, whatever. So that was what I got from that dream. And like I said, I had been talking to the Lord about something specific, and I believe He addressed it in the dream that I had today. Um, I don't know if you all listened to another dream I had. Go back and listen to it if you haven't. Where I had a dream with the letter A and my teeth falling out, and I forgot the name of it. But go back and listen to that dream as well, because it was not the same significant as this one, but it was something similar, right? Because God is doing a new thing in this season with His people, right? And I'm telling you now, if you're chosen, not everybody's chosen, right? Many are called, few are chosen, right? So I say that to say this, and I've been on this big thing too about if you are chosen, like I'm trying to help you go through with your, follow through with your calling, right? Don't give up on it, no matter who tries to stop you, what gets in the way. Keep moving forward. Don't let nothing stop you from fulfilling your purpose that God has for your life, especially if you are chosen, because it's not about you. It's about people connected to you. Okay, and I'm big on breaking generational curses, and so it's not about you. Okay, what God wants you doing is for the people that are going to be coming after you, the people that are already here, that are connected to you, right? That's what it's about. So, this dream just shows that, my continuous seeking out of the Lord and the things that I need Him to help me in, the decisions I need Him to help me make, He's there with me, right? He's letting me know, I'm coming to you in person. You can't see my face, but I'm coming to you in your dream through your pastor. And I'm speaking to you directly in your dream to let you know that I'm giving you the things you're asking me for. You ask me for this, I'm going to help you with that. I'm coming to you directly to help you with that, right? Because sometimes you don't have people that you trust or people that you can really rely on to help you with certain things. And when you are chosen, it's a very lonely path, right? We're not lonely because we have God, right? However, it's a very lonely path here on this earth when you're dealing with people, right? Dealing with man, okay? It's a very lonely path. And sometimes you don't know who to trust. And sometimes you speak to people when you shouldn't say anything to them. And I do believe He answered that too, because I was going to, talk to somebody about my story. But I believe that the guy was telling me, you don't need to talk to them. Just keep talking to me. Okay? So this is to encourage somebody that to keep seeking the Lord out, right? Don't ever give up on Him. Don't ever think that He's not there. Don't think that He doesn't hear you, because He does. He hears everything you ask for. He sees everything, so you can't hide anything from Him, right? He knows what you're dealing with. He knows what you're going through. He knows what you're doing, secret or not, right? He knows everything. You cannot hide anything from God, right? So just continue to seek Him out. He will answer you. He does hear your voice. He hears your cry, and He is always there. Sometimes He's just giving a little bit of time for you to get desperate, so to speak, right? Or He's just giving it time to see how you're going to react to having to wait on Him, right? So this dream was specific to me. It's very personal to me, right? Which is why, again, I thought about not releasing it, but I'm like, no, this might help somebody. So, and being here on YouTube, this is what my job is to help people, right? I'm here to encourage people and to just do the will of my Father, right? I'm just about my Father's business. So, anyway, He